Now, in the previous two classes, we dealt about 1857, the first War of Independence, and then the major result of 1857, the Queen's Proclamation. The Indian colony was taken over by the British Crown, Queen Victoria. We have dealt these two classes. Now, in your prelims syllabus or as a part of general studies, nationalist movement plays a vital role. It's very, very important, this nationalist movement chapter. It's very important. So, I'm going to handle the nationalist movement. Today, I'm going to give you the introduction part, what nationalist movement is, why India had to struggle for independence. All this I'm going to deal, and today we are going to start the introduction part. Now, children, you all know like that India was under the British rule for 200 long years. Everyone knows that. But from where like this has started? Why? Why the Europeans had to come to India? What made them come to India? Why? And what led to this freedom struggle is very, very, very important. So I hope all of you know all the continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Antarctica. So you must be knowing where Europe is placed, right? And in Europe, late 18th century, if you go back, century means, yes, if you go back to 18th century, Europe was playing a major role in the world history. Europe continent was considered to be very, very rich. By all means, here I am saying richness not in the terms of monetary, civilization wise, financial wise, geographical wise, by all means, Europe continent was playing a vital role, a prominent role in 18th century. So today you must be seeing lot of industries, all that is so mechanized. The technology, the industrial, industrialization that is taken place. But do you know, students, when this industrialization has started? What is the prominence of this industrial revolution? First, before that, what do you mean by revolution? Can anyone answer? What is the meaning of revolution? We talk about revolution, 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 so much about revolution. But what is revolution actually, children? What do you mean by revolution? Can anyone answer?
Ma'am, it is a process which brings a complete change to a society.
Yes, excellent. Yes. Change, a major change, wherein there is change in complete change in the process of the society. Very good. Can I know who has answered it?
Kirtana, ma'am.
Oh, great, Kirtana. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Thank you. How are you,
Good,
ma'am?
good, good. Fine, beta. Yeah. So revolution means change, a big change, wherein change in the process of society, not only structure, but change in the mindset, everything. You can find that change in everything. That is called revolution. So why do we term it as industrial revolution? So till 1760, children, till 1760, right? The whole world was under, you know, primitive way of living. That means agriculture, then handmade goods. Nobody knows in the world about machine, what a machine was. So everything was done by hands. The cottage industries, machine, there was nothing made by people, were not aware. Human civilization was unaware of using machines till 1760. So after 1760, in Great Britain, Europe continent, Britain, that is United Kingdom, Britain plays a vital role. Very, very important country in Europe continent. And about Britain. Yes, children, United Kingdom, England, you must be knowing. Yes, that kingship. Correct? Yes? Yes. So, in Great Britain, first machine was invented in 1760. Till then, agriculture, there was agriculture with handmade tools. There was no industry. Nobody, the human civilization was not aware of producing goods with machines. So in 1760, in Great Britain, first production started with the help of machines, which is termed as Industrial Revolution. Slowly, production, that is producing goods, production started with the help of machines. That is termed as Industrial Revolution. From there onwards, completely human civilization, there was a complete dramatic shift. There was complete change in the process, complete process of living changed after this industrialization. So it started in 1760. So you must be thinking how this is linked with our nationalist movement. No. When this industrial revolution started, first in Great Britain, then it spread to the other parts of Europe, the other countries in Europe. So first it was started in Great Britain. So then production started with the help of machines. Till then, only handmade goods were made. So that's how machines have started in Europe continent and in some parts of America and in Caribbean islands. You must have heard about this Caribbean islands. What do you mean by the Caribbean islands, children? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? The islands, see, Caribbean islands, you come across Caribbean islands, that is nothing but the islands which are in between America and the Gulf of Mexico. All those islands which are situated between America and Gulf of Mexico and Central America and South America, those places which are situated between these countries are referred as Caribbean islands. So this production of goods with the help of machines is termed as industrial revolution. Revolution, a big change in the process of the society, whole society, that is called revolution. Is that clear, children? Change. Revolution means change, not a small change, a huge change, a big change in the process of the society. Let it be any process. It can be, thinking process, it can be culture process, it can be economic process, it can be social process. Anything is termed as revolution. So this industrial revolution first started in Great Britain, in Europe. First in Great Britain, and it spread to other countries of Europe. And as I told you, in America and Caribbean islands. So what happened once the revolution, industrial revolution started? Goods, they started producing goods with machines. So what is the different big deal, children? Tell me, handmade goods and machine. What, by bringing machines into picture, into production, how does it matter? Definitely, when compared to handmade, man-made, and the machine made, definitely lot of advantages. Disadvantages are there, but more of advantages. A machine, if a person takes 24 hours to do, to produce some production, the machine takes very less time and more production, less manpower, more production. You need less people. And when you are producing more, the cost of production also comes down. So less employment is required, but we get more production. We can produce more at lesser cost. So definitely in those days in Europe, you must have studied about economies, capitalist economy, socialist economy, mixed economy, correct? In those days, capitalists were there in European continent. Yes. So who is a capitalist? Who invests money? So if you're investing money, you want profit? Definitely. So the capitalists, what happened? If goods are made by man-made, they have to employ more people. It takes lot of time. And the owner, whom is termed as capitalists, have to invest more. They have to pay more to the labor. But when they have started making goods with machines, what happened? They need not employ so many people. With less labor, they can earn more profits. They can earn more profits. And always remember, when you compare man-made goods to machine-made goods are more attractive. They are more attractive than man-made goods. So when the Industrial Revolution started, these countries where industrialization took place, they wanted two things. They wanted raw material and they wanted markets. Raw material to make finished products and markets to sell their products. So what happened? Since I told you, Europe was financially very, very rich, geographically, by all means. So they started searching for raw materials and market. where we will get raw material and markets for their finished products. So, in this search, they have identified that Asian and African countries were very, very rich in resources and raw materials and markets also. Why? Because they considered Asian and African countries to be very, very primitive. And not only that, especially Asian countries, African countries, they were very, very resourceful. They were very, very rich in resources. So that is how, you know, that made them explore. That is how the East India Company came to India and, for trade, because we had very good textile, cotton. India was rich in cotton, spices, coffee, tea. So whatever they wanted, India had very good resources. So in the name of East India Company, they have come to trade with our country. And they used to take cotton, raw material, to England. There, with this raw material, they used to buy at a very cheaper rate, that cotton, raw material, and without tax. They used to export, they used to take there with the cheap raw material, they used to make finished products, and they used to sell those goods in our Indian markets. So when they used to sell those finished goods, products in the Indian market, they had huge demand, huge craze. Why? When compared to man-made goods, you see cotton and you see synthetics and all, which looks good. Cotton, pure, you look at cotton clothes, children, they're neat, clean, but they are not that attractive. You see the other clothes, the synthetic clothes, they are very, very attractive. Machine made goods are more attractive because their finishing is very good, very colorful. Whereas man-made goods or the handmade goods, they're really good quality, but that finishing, just like machine-made goods, you don't find them. So they used to take our own raw material without taxes, very cheap rate, and they used to manufacture in their industries, and they used to sell in India, in Indian markets, and they used to get huge profits. They used to get huge profits. So that is how this industrial revolution, is the major cause for the Europeans to enter the Asian and African countries, and more so into India. So many countries have come. First Portuguese were the one who entered into our country, then followed by Dutch, then East India Company, that is English, British, then the French. All four European countries, but finally, it is the Britain who started ruling our country. So first, the main purpose for exploring our country is, for two reasons. One, they wanted raw material for their industries, and two, they wanted markets for their finished goods. So whatever they have manufactured, whatever goods they manufactured, see, just if you manufacture goods and if you keep it, what is the use? You should sell it. They should have market to sell it, na? Then only they'll get profit. So they found India to be a very good market. So at a very cheaper rate, they used to take the raw material, they used to manufacture the goods, and again they used to sell in Indian markets for a high price. And people got attracted. They got attracted. Why? More production, less cost. So they used to. So reason one, why they got attracted to machine made goods? Reason one, they were cheap. Two, they were very attractive and colorful. Three, low cost. They were very cheap. Correct? Attractive and colorful. And what else? They were very reasonable, cheap. So people got attracted and they could create huge market for their finished goods. So that is how children, they started making huge profits from our own raw material. They used to buy raw material from our country at a very, very cheaper rate without any taxes. So that is the reason. From there, you know, the story of freedom struggle started. The main cause of, this freedom struggle is industrial revolution. This industrial revolution started in Great Britain in 1760 and it lasted almost till 1840. By 1840, almost all the countries, they have become industrialized. All countries. So that is how industrial revolution started. And that paved way, that made the countries to explore Asian and African countries. I think this is the main cause. So they came in the form of, Portuguese came, then Dutch came, they fought against each other, they established their centers, they made friendship with our Indian kings, they started occupying slowly, they started dominating, and then people started slowly feeling their domination. Correct? Yes. So that domination, they did not like. Correct? And that is how, their policies, people did not like their policies. And that is the reason, 1857 revolt took place because of the bad policies of the East India Company. Then we have seen the revolt of 1857, how they behaved, why the sectors, all sectors of the people were not happy, they were unhappy. So the first war of independence took place. Then yes, that after 1857 revolt, then East India Company came to an end and our country was taken over by the British government. That is 1858 Queen's Proclamation. Correct? Yes. So did the struggle. Then after the first war of independence, movement did not come to an end. It started, it went forward. It went forward. They did not stop with that. It went further. So then what happened? Finally, 1885, this, gave a different turn called the Nationalist Movement. That is, a Congress. What do you mean by Congress? We always say, 1885 establishment of the Indian National Congress. We come across that very often, people talking about that. Congress means coming together, meeting together. So great leaders in India, they all came together. They formed, they came together because, no sector, we have discussed already when I was teaching you 1857 revolt. Each, every sector, like you take soldiers, you take farmers, you take plantation workers, they're all part of society, Indian society. None of them were happy. Farmers were not happy because even though whether they had crops or not, whether they had rains or not, whether they had crops, they had to pay huge taxes to the East India Company. Then plantation workers, they were restricted. They had no freedom. So they were not happy. If you take soldiers, they were not happy because East India Company, their people were treated properly. Our Indians were not treated properly. And you know about the cartridges, they were not happy. So none of them, no sector was happy. So even the rulers were not happy. Those days, there were many kingdoms, small, they were ruled by kings. And I told you about Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, Tantia Tope. So they were not happy because of the, you know, policies of the East India Company. That led to First War of Independence. Even though it was not successful, as I told you, but it did not stop. It continued. And then in 1885, the major changes, the establishment of Indian National Congress. The leaders, the prominent leaders of India, they have come forward and they established that there should be some guiding force, right? Everybody was interested. We don't want this East India Company. In 1858, when British Crown took over our, country, that now, okay, directly British government will take care of the transactions of India, the administration of India. Now India will be, under the control of the British government directly, and it has appointed the viceroys. I told you, till then they were called governor generals. But after the British government has taken over, it has appointed viceroys to administer our country. So everybody wanted, they wanted to come out of the British, rule. But each one cannot do. If each one starts doing, no, it cannot be successful. So they wanted a team. They wanted team to lead this. So that paved way for the establishment of Indian National Congress. I'll tell you in detail what is Indian National Congress, who led the team. But I just wanted to tell you what made the Europeans enter into India, what made them, what attracted them, to capture Asian and African countries, our resources. They never had intention of ruling directly. No, they wanted two things: raw material, markets. So they found both in these two continents, and especially Indian subcontinent. Yes. So that attracted. I told you what made them attract for the machine-made goods. Why? Why we could create huge markets. They did not pay taxes, but we had to. Yes. So they took cheap cotton, especially. I told you the products also. India is known for spices, cotton, tea, tea estates, coffee, all what they wanted. So they manufactured and they again sold it, the same products to us at a very, very high rate. And I told you the reasons also, what made them get attracted. So finally, They wanted a team. So 1885, that is how they went forward. That is the nationalist movement from there. And this nationalist movement, children, can be studied in three phases. Almost 200 years, we had long freedom struggle. It is not 1 or 2 years or a few years or 1 or 2 decades that we got independence. No, we had a long struggle of 200 years. So they formed a team. Congress means team. Congress is nothing but meeting people, intellectuals. W.C. Banerjee, Surinath Banerjee, then Dadabhai Naoroji. I'll tell you, these were the great, scholars. See, they all came together and they established Indian National Congress. So they were all intellectuals, highly educated. So how to face this British government, how to go forward. So Indians were neglected. We had no say. So how we can achieve independence? How we can free ourselves? So that team. So they formed into a team, and they took forward this nationalist movement. So nationalism is nothing but that feeling of oneness. Because another thing is, you all know, children, secularistic state, India. So in India, it's a multilingual. We had so many religions, right? Castes, creeds, so many. So how to take forward the movement? How to fight against the Britishers? We had Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. It's a multicultural society. India is a multi. So keeping all of them together, bringing them together, explaining another problem that Indians had is we were uneducation. Most of the people were uneducated. So they they wanted a good team. Unless and until there's a beautiful team, a strong team, they cannot go forward. We had challenges. There was no unity among the rulers. So many religions. We have to convince everybody. And so they established Indian National Congress. So this nationalist movement, that nothing but the study, that is the struggle for independence. This nationalist movement can be studied in three phases. That is 1885 to 1905 is the first phase. It is also called the moderate phase, the moderate period. Then from 1905 to 1916 is the extremist period. Then from 1916 to 1947, that is till we achieved independence, it is called Gandhian era. So the total nationalist movement can be studied in three phases. Why these three? It's easy. Like what happened? You can remember the timelines are very important. The chronological order. What happened when? The timelines are very, very important. So for the convenience, for the timelines, this nationalist movement, you know, can be studied in three different phases. So I'll tell you what this, phase one is, what phase two, what is phase three. So just today I wanted to give you the outline. So what, how this Indian National Congress, came into force, how it was established, who were involved, what is moderate period, what is extremist period, what is Gandhian era. So next class, I'm going to give you the tables, the chronological table, event wise, year wise, the timelines, so that it will help you to remember the events very well, children. Very well.